Can you tell me what the protest here is about?
Yes, it's the owner of the Quitting Inn right behind me. He fired all his Hispanic employees just for being Hispanic, not wanting to change their names. You know, instead of, I'm going to use an example, that here Martinez, he wanted it like Martinez. You know, so in other words, getting rid of your Spanish name and using an Anglo name.
Without warning, he fired us, you know, and there was a bunch of employees that he fired. He brought his own employees from Texas, you know, and I've worked this job with many owners for 5 years, and never has this happened to me, sir.
I was asked to change my name to Mark or Bill, and I wasn't comfortable with that, so I just stayed with Marcos, and they said that I was rude and that I was unlawful, so they fired me. Like, they never called me back to go back into work, and I thought that was unfair to me because I was just there to do my job.
What was one of your first actions?
Well, my first action was to hold a meeting with all of the employees as standard operating procedure, to introduce myself, explain my company, what we do, how we do, what we're going to do for renovations, pretty much that. In the meeting, because I'm in a new area, a new territory, I'm not of Spanish descent, and I do not speak Spanish. I requested that when people, my employees, were in my presence, that they speak English. If a guest comes in that speaks Spanish, by all means they are to accommodate the guest. If they're in housekeeping or maintenance, they can speak German, French, anything they want to, but in my presence, since I do not understand the language, I prefer English.
I'm here to support not only my son, but any Hispanic person that has a Hispanic name. This is our culture, this is the place where we live. I don't believe this has ever happened in Taos County. I was bothered when my son came one day and called me and said, we have a new owner, we're not allowed to speak Spanish, and he wants me to change my name.
All employees are terminated, first of all.
Okay.
So they all knew they were applying for my company. They were all told, and that's what that meeting was for. This is what we do, this is how we do, and it was all accepted. And all of the employees have been here for a good while. Most of them were related. They're all cousins, brothers, girlfriends, uncles, mothers. They pretty much ran this hotel their way, how they wanted to, and my company is going to run this hotel to be successful. Their way of running a hotel was not successful. That's why it's been foreclosed on twice and sold 3 times. My career has been taking over distressed properties, instituting my plan of operation of being successful.
What's this community about if it's not the Hispanic, the Native Americans, tricultural? You know, everybody gets along together, and if somebody knows more than one language, well, I would assume that would be pluses for their establishment.
I feel that, you know, we have done wrong, especially in a time of recession where we have to worry about our income. And right now, that was my set income. I'm a college student as well, sir, so I need, you know, every type of employment that I can get. And I thought I had job security, knowing that I had been there for some time, sir. So it's an unfortunate loss for us as the employees, but we'll bring this man our statements and we'll make our opinions heard, sir.
Naturally, there's going to be some people that aren't going to cooperate because they're stuck on their old procedures and they're stuck in their old ways and they've been spoiled, and I let them know. But it's not going to work because we're going to do it our way. And thus, we fought the battle for 3 weeks of complaining, and this ain't the way we did it, and this is not the way we're going to do it. You know, we have a housekeeping procedure of how it's run. They totally disagree. This is not the way. And, you know, my job is hard to begin with if it runs perfect. The problem I have is I try to work with people. I try very hard for them to be successful, and all they do is fight me. I'm trying to work my butt off to save their job. I got a job. I just spent $2 million to get me a job. And you just get fought every which way. And the best way to do it, as I explained to them after 2 weeks, and it just kept getting worse and worse, what I need to do is close the hotel down and start all over again and be done with it.
Did you bring some employees from Texas?
Temporary employees, yes, sir. I have people that go with me to help me. I know nothing about computers. I've been doing this 40 years. I don't even know how to turn one on hardly. And so I brought a young lady named Karen, who has worked for me for several years, off and on. She's come and gone. So she was the only one I brought up here initially. Another girl that was going to help me is not with our company anymore, and another one got pregnant. And so she couldn't make the trip this time. She just did South Carolina for me. I just did the same thing here, identical to what I do. Everything I do, I've been doing it year after year. Every procedure I have, every policy I have is the same.
So have you filled all the positions?
No, no. We just started running an ad last week, might be week before last because I lose track, for desk clerks, housekeepers, maintenance, to build a staff. I mean, we're losing a ton of money every day as it is, but I got to lose more because I got to be ready when the whole hotel has been refurbished.
This is just a peaceful demonstration to bring the community aware of Mr. Larry Whitman. I have respect for all cultures. I have different friends of different orientations, different colors, whatever, and we all get along fine. But I don't think that if Mr. Whitten had come down, and if all the employees would have gone together and said, okay, Mr. Whitten, this is a cultural town. We want you to speak only Spanish, and we want you to change your name to Lorenzo Blanqueo.
Well, one of the things that the protesters also mentioned to me was they considered these kinds of changes to be racially motivated. What's your reaction to that?
Wrong. It's not. Now, if this was the only hotel I did this, if this is something I just came up with because I woke up thinking this, they'd have something to chew on. But pal, I got 40 years of the same stuff, you know, and you know, not everybody's going to like Larry Whitten, but Larry Whitten is the way Larry Whitten is, and he's the same way all the time. He has the same policies, and he deals with people the same way. And you can call my hotels. I'll give you all the phone numbers and ask the people there that I shorten their names. It's just, it's all for their benefit, really. It has nothing to do with my ego, nothing to do with any except guest relations, and my employees getting the notification that I want them to get received.
Are you advocating that the owner rehire the employees that they fired?
I don't know. That's going to be up to them. If they want, and from what I've heard from the majority of them, they're not planning on going back.
Not me. No, knowing that, you know, it took this much for him to change, no.
I probably wouldn't go back. I don't want to be working for someone like that.
Man, I got to be part of this community. I've invested a lot of money to keep jobs in this community. This hotel was getting ready to be closed up by the bank because they're tired of feeding it. They're feeding like $30,000 a month. And so hopefully we're going to stop that. I know we're going to stop it.
Thank you very much.
Okay.